All right, Kyle here. Just to recap, I provided some context on our channel or on the channel to say what the vision is, why we're interested in acreage, what's the history, and then number two, I think I provided just a look at all the trees and how overgrown the property was. So take a look if you haven't seen those. This one I want to show you how full the house was. So that's what we did. After we got ownership of the property, we had to tackle the mess that's inside. So that's what we did. We got a dump trailer from a friend, and we really just threw so much of it. As you're watching the video, I've got a few questions for you. I'd be curious what your thoughts are on how many pounds of garbage, refuse, rubbish did we take to the local landfill? Take a guess. Be curious to know what you think. It'd be fun to see it, actually. So I'll give you the answer, but before I give you the answer, I'd like you to think about it and put your answer in the comments. That would be neat, because then I would like to see how close anybody is. Number two, I've got a question. What about, how many pianos, you know, the musical instrument, pianos, do you think are on the property? So, I did say property, I didn't say the house. So think about the acreage. There's a few old sheds. So don't be watching the video thinking like if you can count pianos, because they're not all in the video. Let's just say that. So number two question, how many pianos do you think are on the acreage? And I'd be curious as well to put the answer in the comment section, and I'd be curious to see who guessed it right, okay? Number three, final question. What do you think? Think we're insane? Think we're crazy for trying to take on a project like this? Or do you think we're genius? Do you think you can see the vision with us and the opportunity with the vision? It's probably kind of scary to see what the results are. I gotta imagine most people think it's kind of nuts. But I'm reminded of a quote. I think there's a quote. If it's not Einstein, I think there's a quote that's attributed to somebody that says the closeness between insanity and genius is like really close or something. That's a butchered quote. So I probably, it's something like that. There's some sort of quote about them being like close cousins or something, genius and insanity. So not quite sure what this one is, but very well could be insanity. Hope you enjoy. Just to take a little little video of.
There's a light.
Oh. Hmm? I didn't forget. Don't think I forgot. The answer to question number 1, drum roll. The question to answer number 1 is, let's just call it 30,000 pounds. 30,000 pounds. Trying to think if I should tell you how much we've hauled to the landfill since. Probably doesn't matter. Don't know if anybody watches this anyway, quite frankly. The answer is 60,000 pounds is thus far to date has gone to the landfill. That does not include any kind of wood that's been burnt, any kind of brush that has been burnt, any kind of metal, because that's in a metal pile. 60,000 pounds has went to the local landfill. It's hard to imagine, actually, when you think about, that's not all from the house. I think about 30,000 pounds is from the house, but it's actually hard to imagine 30,000 pounds of stuff was in that house. Of course, spread out over 4 floors, but still, that's a lot of weight in there. Answer to question number 2, numero dos. How many pianos are on the acreage? Be curious to know what people thought. The answer is 12. 12 pianos on the property, which is just kind of nuts. But the guy was a piano technician, so I think he got free pianos. I think there were 3 or 4 of them that were baby grand pianos. Unfortunately, they were all in sheds and they were destroyed. I think he probably got them for free and probably was just keeping them for parts. I don't know. Question number 3. I mean, obvious. Genius. No. Actually, I looked up the quote. The phrase is often attributed to Oscar Levant, so I was way off. And the quote is, there's a fine line between genius and insanity. So